Hey guys, Sleepy here, and welcome to a new episode of my weekly gaming playlist series. Friday's here, so it's time for us to do a little review and overcap of the games I played this week. Would love to know your thoughts, so if you played any of the games I share with you today, let me know what you thought of them. I always enjoy hearing about games you guys are currently playing, because that gives me ideas of games that I might want to play myself. And if you guys have a recommendation on how you think I might enjoy playing, let me know. I'm always looking for new games, so please keep those suggestions coming. We're continuing the same game that I started playing last week, and I've been having a blast with it, and that is The Outer Worlds. And I'm playing it for the Xbox One, but I'm playing it on Xbox Series X, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. A really awesome game. Let me read you guys from the back. Spacer's choice is not responsible for any feeling of vertigo, wonder, or hunger you may experience while playing this game. Lost in transit while on a colonist ship bound for the furthest edge of the galaxy, you awake decades later than you expected while finding yourself in the midst of a deep conspiracy on the verge of destroying the Halcyon colony. As you explore the furthest reaches of space and encounter a host of factions vying for power, who you decide to become will determine the fate of everyone in the Halcyon. In the corporation's equation for the colony, you are the unplanned variable. Build any character the way you want, flaws and all, in this thrilling first-person RPG. Lead a crew of companions armed with unique abilities who have their own missions, motivations, and ideals. Find your ship and explore dangerous and diverse locales in the Halcyon system. Welcome to the future. Try not to break it. So what's cool is the basic story is that humans are expanding out into the galaxy and trying to terraform it and expand humanity's influence. And so they create these colony ships where they have thousands of people on them put into hypersleep, and they send them out to then eventually awaken and terraform. Well, your ship is called the Last Hope. It's been abandoned or got knocked off course or whatever, and your character in the very beginning of the game gets revived. And what's cool is that's where the character creation comes into play, where you can pick male, female, pick your name, get to pick your attributes and stuff. You can edit your face, skin color, all that kind of stuff, eyes. Now, it's not like the most deep customization when it comes to character creation, but it was still pretty cool, and it was kind of a neat way for a little intro into the story. And then your character gets thrust into the galaxy, and so now you get to make your choices. There's factions for you to align with, and there's a variety of main story stuff for you to go through, but you can also pick up side quests as well, and just overall a really fun first-person RPG. And it's from Obsidian, the same team behind Fallout New Vegas, which if you really enjoyed Fallout New Vegas, you'll definitely enjoy The Outer Worlds. So let's check it out. Alright guys, we're checking out The Outer Worlds today. Now, this has been a very enjoyable experience for me. I really have had a lot of fun playing this. I've been working on it the last 2 weeks. Now, this game was created by Obsidian, the same team behind Fallout New Vegas. This is another first-person action RPG from them. The only difference is, unlike in Fallout New Vegas, you can't go to third person, which I really wish you could, because I do like playing those in third person sometimes. So that was the only thing that annoyed me about this, is that it is first-person perspective only, but that does not take away from the experience. It's a really fun game, and I've been having a lot of fun, and it takes place far in the future, so you have spaceships, and you got robots, and you get alien planets, and alien creatures to fight, and stuff, so it's a really enjoyable experience. So let's check it out. I have a few different save files. Now, what's really cool is this game lets you have up to 100 save files, so you got a lot of different things. I save all the time. Highly recommend you guys save all the time. That way, if you make a mistake or something, you can always reload an older save and fix an issue or something you might have caused. There's also 2 good DLCs for this I need to buy for it that expand the game even further. But let's check it out here. It does load real quickly here on my Xbox Series X. Looks great in 4K. Now, this is the Xbox One version. There is a Series X version called the Spacer's Choice version, but I just have the regular version. Now, if you do own the Xbox One version like I do, and you own both DLC packs, you can actually buy the upgrade for only $10. Otherwise, if you want to get the Spacer's Choice Edition, you'll have to pay $60. So just be aware of that. Also, the save files are not compatible. So like this Xbox One version I'm playing here, my save file would not work if I upgraded the Spacious Choice Edition. I'd have to start all over again. And for me, I don't need to do that. I think the game looks great the way it is. It's wonderful for the Xbox One version. I don't feel a need to upgrade, so I'm not going to. But I just want to at least let you guys know about that. So you guys can see the world looks absolutely beautiful. Character models look good. I just like the guns. Just everything in this game, they did a really good job with it. So let's check out the menu here. So what I really like about this game is in the very beginning, you get to create your own character. There's not a preset character you're playing as. You pick male, female, and then you get to pick your own skills and stats. So here you start at the beginning with your attributes. You have so many points you can put into it. I want to make my character kind of balanced. So I've got a few one into strength, dexterity, you have your intelligence, you have perception, charm, and temperament. I wanted to have my charm high because in these kind of games and stuff, I like to be able to persuade people. And so this gives me a better chance to influence people, which is cool, but also helps with my hacking, which I like to do in games, break in, your science, you're able to heal yourself better. So I like that these attributes affect your stats overall. This has for your guns, this is for your other guns there, your dexterity, and your strength. And then you get skills, and you earn skill points every time you level up. And there's currently 30 levels you can get to. I'm currently level 10 right now, so I got 20 more to go. But you have melee, you have your ranged, defense, dialogue, stealth, tech, and leadership. And these all affect different aspects of the game. And you earn skill points, which I currently have 45 here that I need to input into the character, that you can use to augment yourself. Then you also earn perks every few levels, which you can then use to increase your character's stats. Like I did a pack mule, so I'm able to carry more capacity because you can become over encumbered. And I'm kind of a person, when I play these games, I like to really loot, kill enemies, and find cool stuff. So that was a necessity for me. Then I also got Traveler, so they're able to fast travel when encumbered, because in these kind of games, you know, when you get encumbered, you're not able to fast travel. And I know that I'm going to be always full of stuff. I always get that perk in Fallout games as well. So the game does have a variety of perks. Now, obviously, you can't get them all, and some of them I find are just, for me personally, I don't need, so I don't use them. Then this just gives you your detail of what your XP is and your layout and everything for that. And then there are different factions in the game, and depending on if you do something good or bad against them, depends on if you have a positive effect with them or negative effect. Like these ones, I have 100%, but I did have 16% negative because I did a couple things they didn't like. And then this one, I only had one thing that I didn't like. So there are different factions in the game, and you eventually have to align yourself with these factions, and some of them are against each other. So you might be working for one, which will then decrease your influence with another. So you have to balance that out. You have your inventory system, keeps track of all your weapons and stuff. And what's cool is you can slot 4 weapons at a time, so you can switch them on the fly. And then your guns have different kinds of ammo. Some use energy, some use heavy, and some use light. Then you have a variety of outfits you can wear, which is cool. And another thing that's neat is characters in the world will react to the armor you're wearing. So if you wear Marauder armor, characters will react to you differently than if you were to wear a different armor, which is kind of cool to say, hey, are you a Marauder? I thought that was kind of neat. If your health items, you have your modifications you can use to enhance weapons and armor. You have your general items. You got quest items, so stuff you need for quests. And then you have junk, is just stuff that you sell. Your journal keeps track of all the quests you have. There's a bunch of main quests, but there's also a bunch of side quests. And you can see there's quite a few that I completed. You can botch quests too. If you do something wrong and fail it, it'll go down in the botch quest. That's where I say have multiple save files. Your codex is just keeps track of it'll play the game, the basics, your logs, loot, and it just gives you little tutorials and stuff. If you ever forget, you can check it out. There's the map of the world. So the game is semi-open world. You go to different areas. They're broke up with different levels, but there's not just, you know, one giant world like in Fallout. So it's connected stuff. You can travel with your ship, fly around to different areas as you unlock them, and complete the missions and stories within that. And then you also have your companions, and you're able to take up to 2 at a time with you, which there's actually 6 for you to unlock. In the very beginning of the game, I unlocked 2 of them, Pravati and Victor Max. And then you can equip them with different weapons and stuff. As you unlock stuff, I recommend equipping them with better weapons so that they get stronger and they can do better things for you. But you also can unlock perks for them. Like being with him, he gives me an extra 10 points in hacking. And then I have better dialogue, combat effects, duration, and stuff. So they do give you extra perks and boosts and stuff while being in your party, which is great. And now we'll show you guys some combat here with some of the outlaws. And there's one of those big robots I was telling you guys about. Now your characters can get knocked down and get killed. They can't permanently die, but they can get knocked out. So do be aware of that. So and then once the combat ends, then you can revive them. So let's see if I can find that. There's a stun weapon here that's really good against. There we go. Oh, it looks like he's glitched because he's not attacking, and he should be. So I still occasionally find glitches and issues with the game, but at least he's not fighting us.
What was that?
But let's get up to the top where the rest of the enemies are that we can kill.
Outlaws. Demand.
Why is it we find guns every place we go?
You can also use the environment to your advantage too. And then once if you kill enemies, then you can loot their bodies. And it's really cool. You can see how bloody it is. You can actually blow bodies up to blow people into bits as well, just like it did in the Fallout games, which is great. So I recommend always loot as much as you can, look for stuff in that world, because you can then sell this for money, and you'll find all kinds of things that are secret. Sometimes you'll find different notes and stuff around that can give you clues to do for quests and stuff. And then you'll find things that are locked, and that's where if you use your hacking ability, you can hack into stuff, break into locks, you can open up doors that are locked and stuff, and get into secret areas and stuff that you might have missed if you don't have that ability. So the final thing is, we'll load my actually newest save here and show you guys some of the dialogue real quick, because there's a variety of merchants and stuff for you to talk to, but you also talk to people to get different quests as well.
What can I do for you? Need some Adreno? It's good for you. Spacer's promise. Don't take my word for it. See for yourself. Make a choice. Spacer's choice. Have a look.
So here you can see all the different stuff I can buy from him, and I can also sell to him. He can also repair stuff for you as well.
It's just me. You know that sound when you've snapped on an injector clip? That's how you know your weapon loves you back. I got a full line of weapon modifications I'd be happy to show you. Why, it gets you the weapon best suited for your lifestyle.
All the better for performing a little percussive maintenance.
Self-improvement, including one's weapons, is always a worthy endeavor.
Take your basic Deadeye assault rifle. Perfectly serviceable. But what if you like finesse? Slap a scope and silencer on that bad boy. Bunker down in a bush someplace and pop off heads. What if you like getting in close and making a lot of noise? extended ammo magazine, and a barrel heatsink to bump up rate of fire.
So you can see there's different stuff you can interact with them. And what's cool is you saw that with my companions, sometimes they will chime in and actually talk to the NPC you're talking to. And sometimes I can unlock different dialogue options. It's also cool is if you bring some of your certain companions on certain quests, they might actually have a solution to help you. Like maybe you bring one of your characters and there's a door locked, but you don't have a high enough ability to unlock the door. Sometimes I might tell you, hey, I can break into that door for you. So it's really cool that by bringing different companions with you can actually affect the way quests are. And then they sometimes, another thing that's cool is you have different abilities like Intimidate, you have Persuade, you can lie, and sometimes, depending if you have a high enough skill, you may have a option here to lie to a person. It'll show you, like, say, Persuade, or it'll say lie or something, and sometimes you're able to lie your way out of a situation.
So, what can I get you?
Like, let's see if we...
What do you think you're doing?
So see here, I can bribe. I don't have enough for lie, but I could bribe her. Or I could use my Persuade here.
Carry on.
So I used my Persuade, and so I kept her from being hostile. But if I didn't have that ability, I might actually have to fight my way out of there. But see, that lowered my reputation with them because I did something they didn't like. So it's just really cool, different aspects of this game. I definitely think you guys should check it out if you're a fan of third-person action RPGs and you like games like Fallout. You're definitely going to enjoy The Outer Worlds. Right, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed that look at The Outer Worlds. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I have got my ship up and running, so I can now travel between different areas in the galaxy and bring up different maps. And overall, it's just been a really fun experience. You know, it's not a completely open world game, as it has maps that you can go to that you can fly to. So they're open areas, but it's not like one giant connected world like the Fallout games are, since this takes place in space. And it makes sense that it wouldn't be, because you go to different planets and ships and asteroid stuff and like a moon area. You know, it gives you a variety of stuff. But really has been a fun and enjoyable experience. I do recommend checking out a guide on this, as you will run into stuff in the game, quests and stuff, where if you don't talk to certain people before doing a quest, you might actually cause something to happen. Because there was an example of a side quest I was doing. If you go into any of these buildings before you talk to a guy, there's a person in there that they want you to save. That person will actually end up being dead. So that's one of the things. Then another one with that same quest was, there's a lady that wanted like a cigarette case to find, and I found out that if you find her cigarette case before taking on this quest, that guy will end up being dead. So there's some weird stuff. I don't know if it was planned like that, if it was a bug or something, but I'm glad that I looked that up, because I did play the game for a while and then I had to backtrack about a half hour and load an older save. That's why I recommend saving all the time. You have up to 100 save slots, which is great. So if you have any issues or encounter a bug or you mess up a quest or something, you can always load an older save so that you don't mess it up. So I definitely recommend check out a guide for this game, because some of these quests are linked together. There's also sometimes multiple ways to complete a quest. Like there was one quest, one person wanted something, but two other people wanted the same thing, so you had to decide which of the three people you would give that item to. But what I found out from reading stuff about that quest online is, somebody said, and that you can do this, is you can actually give the item to the first person, and then you steal it from them, and then give it to the second person, then steal it from the second person, give it to the third person, so you get all the XP, and you get all the money for completing the quest with 3 different ways, which I thought is kind of neat. So people have found some really interesting ways to complete quests and stuff in this game. But overall, it's a really enjoyable experience. There are 2 DLCs for it that I do want to buy. I did want to let you guys know, I did mention it, I think, in the gameplay, that there is a Xbox Series X and PS5 version of this called The Outer Worlds Spacious Choice Edition. However, it is not compatible with your save. So if you already have a save from the Xbox One version like I do, it does not transfer over to the Series X version, because it's not just simply an upgrade. It's pretty much treated as like another game, so the same achievements and stuff, but it's treated like a whole another game. So if you haven't started the game and you want to get it, I would recommend buying the Spacer's Choice Edition. Now, if you own this base game and you own the 2 DLCs on the Series X, you can upgrade for only $10. The digital version for the Spacer's Choice is $60 to buy. Of course, I'm sure there'll be sales and stuff on it. I don't see any physical editions of the Spacer's Choice Edition for Series X, just this Xbox One version. So if you want to get the Spacer's Choice version, you'll have to buy it digitally. But if you already own the physical copy like I do and you buy the 2 DLCs, then you can just pay $10 and upgrade to that. But be aware that you would have to start a whole new game over if you've already started one on the Xbox One like I did. For me, I don't need to upgrade to the Series X version. I think this game looks fine just playing the Xbox One version on the Series X. Looks great. I like the voice acting, the music, everything is enjoyable, but I definitely think you guys should check this out. If you guys are a fan of RPGs and you've liked Fallout New Vegas, check out The Outer Worlds. It's really awesome. Now, I know there is a sequel, The Outer Worlds 2, which I eventually want to look into getting maybe down the road, but I would like to finish beating this one first, but I've been having a lot of fun with it, and I think you guys would enjoy it as well. But let me know, have you guys played this? What have you guys been playing lately? And if you have a recommendation on a game you think I might enjoy playing, let me know. I was always looking for new games to play and experience. I want to thank you guys for watching. Take care. You guys have an amazing day. And Sleepy will see you next time.